please stop defending Captain America Brave New World. I get it. If you had a good time in the theater, if you enjoyed the flashing lights, the vibrant colors, and the fast-paced action, that's fine. And you know what? Good for you for finding entertainment here. But I think we've just gotten to a point where you can't help but to acknowledge this, that all of Marvel has become infinitely dull, though. I think it might be because they're just trying to cater to the 5-second attention span that's been bred into so many young people, as well as just the whole world that has been attached to TikTok and all of these short duration entertainments where they're supposed to tell a story in 3 seconds. But we have to expect more from our creators, or else we're just going to keep getting slop like this, because you can't help but to notice that there wasn't any real meat to this film, and that spans across so many different elements. So please join me as I just break down for you what exactly went wrong with Captain America Brave New World. And it can all be summed up with just one simple word. It's dry. It's dry in so many different levels. First off, dry humor. Not literally dry humor, but I mean, this humor was tone deaf. What was there any point a time in the theater where you found yourself cackling to Joaquin's weird little quips? This guy, the poor guy, he has humor like he's a 5-year-old boy on the playground pushing kids off the swings. I don't know where the writers came up with this stuff, but it really seemed like they were trying to just make a bunch of third graders laugh out loud. Because I only found myself shrugging at the fact that they could not stop pushing these unfunny jokes. And that brings me to the next thing, is that there was just dry chemistry. Did you really think that Sam Wilson and Joaquin were a great pair? Did you think they were a great Captain America and Falcon? When we had that before with Steve Rogers and Sam Wilson, they had good chemistry. But was there any point in time where you were like, man, these guys really got it. They really got it together. They work so well together. They bounce off each other so well. No, it just didn't work. And I think Sam Wilson also added to the problem that he just isn't very funny either, as quippy as he gets. And I think a lot of this comes down to the writing. The writing here was just strictly juvenile. Similarly, deadpan was also the line delivery. It really didn't seem like any of these actors really wanted to be there, including Sam Wilson himself. But the character that did it the absolute worst was Samuel Stearns, the leader. Like, when we got the leader, Samuel Stearns, I understand that he's supposed to be maybe stoic, kind of mono, just playing it straight, but he wasn't intimidating when he said these lines. He was using straightforward, direct language, as if he was reading it right off the script. You can't tell me that. No, I will burn the world. It didn't sound cool. It sounded bland, and this went for everybody. The times that we actually had some serious moments with Sam and the president was even worse. He was absolutely phoning it in the whole time too. And I don't know how we are supposed to get invested or intrigued by his character when he's got the same odd problem that Samuel Stearns has, where they are just reading the lines, do not care. And you can't help but to notice that was the case, right? Did you really think that Harrison Ford brought his A game here and that he actually cared and he wasn't here just for a paycheck? He absolutely wasn't. The only time we ever got any real expression from him that was interesting was when he was blown up into a giant red Hulk. And then of course we get that for 2 minutes, which is supposed to be one of the big highlights of the film, is you get to see the big towering red Hulk take on the little guy that has no powers. What the heck are they thinking? And lastly, the villain himself, Samuel Stearns, was simply a dry character altogether. He's supposed to be this super genius that has everything planned out, but why the heck all of a sudden now he is being used as an instrument? And why is he now interested in getting Ross to humiliating himself or getting revenge on him? He had so much time before, but right now he wised up to that? It doesn't really make a lot of sense. He just did not stand out as a menacing leader, which is what he is. He's supposed to be a horrifying genius that you don't want him to cross your path. I just simply wasn't impressed by him at all. Now, to mention another huge flaw that went in the opposite direction of being dry, that nobody seems to be interested in talking about, is just how vibrant and ridiculous they made Sam Wilson's suit look. I mean, are you telling me that you thought he looked really sweet with those purple lit up wings when they were absorbing all of the blows from Red Hulk or, from whatever else, just being damage dealt to him? Did you think that looked cool? Especially when he had his white, blue, red suit on and he's got purple wings flying around, and then he's got, even to add on to it, he's got his blue helmet. It's like, oh my gosh, it's literally Power Rangers at this point. And it looked ridiculous. It was too much. And also, to add to that, particularly talking about the white suit, it didn't do him any favors either. He looked pudgy with it. He looked pudgy, and neither of these suits were particularly form-fitting. I don't exactly know why Anthony Mackie didn't go out of his way to make himself as big as possible. I mean, this is his chance. This is his big shot, getting his own solo film, right? I know that would be my #1 goal, to get as giant as I possibly could, because obviously Steve Rogers was enormous, and I get he got the formula or whatever, but normal guys can get big too. So when it comes to just these simple things, you can't help but to notice that this was a dud. That Captain America Brave New World, it was a dud, and that it just was poorly executed. And I feel bad for Anthony Mackie that this was his debut, because he did a great job before this, and I wish him all the best. But we need to expect more from the creatives at Marvel, Star Wars, whatever else in the entire world, because this is unacceptable, and we can't be defending poor quality content like this. So if I enlightened you to some things here, maybe some thoughts that maybe passed your mind, I'd love to know in the comments below. But anyways, I always appreciate your time spent with me. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and check out my other videos to be entertained or to maybe learn a thing or two. But no matter what, I appreciate the time you spent with me. I wish you well, and I'll see you soon.